Life leader Jen. Hi, Jen.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everyone. So good to be here again. And wow, uh, a lot of expansion today as well. And it's just more and more and more, Jen, right? It's never ends. It's not like, oh, now we finish. It's just, steady more in the energy of it.
Today as well.
That steadiness in the vibrational alignment is such a nice thing. And
Yeah.
also something to share that we are knowing that you are knowing what you are. That was very interesting, and that it's not so much about what is, right? It's not the thing that we are now more about training ourselves with
Something
something
to share that we are no. Sorry.
so good.
Technology. It's so great. Yes, I love it.
Yeah. So to train ourselves vibrational to our becoming, to train ourselves to the vibration of what we want to be doing that. And tell the story that as you want it to be. Tell this new story as you want it to be, to be a vibrational match to that. Because really what is, it's an attraction, 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 attraction. And it's just a repeating thing over and over again. You repeat for a long, long time maybe. And but you can, it's a nice thing. This is a good note to know. It's you can change it. You can change it. There is not like you have to be in that vibration if you don't want to. You can more bridge it to a better feeling around any subject. But the most, I feel like for the most foundational is to find your first, your vibrational alignment, and then whatever you do or whatever you have, it will be a different way of feeling of it. So, Jen, what is and what you becoming? Do you want to start opening this up and expanding it out?
Well, I love this, and I love everything you shared, Espen. It's so true. We're all in a space of becoming. We are all in a space of becoming. And it's interesting. We had, addition to Abraham Now, we also had class right before this. And one of the things we expanded out is that everything is in motion forward. Everything is in a space of becoming, and that includes source or God, right? And for some people, it's like, oh, everything is in a space of becoming more. Every thought that's ever been thought still exists. Everything is in that space. And because everything is flowing forward, when we come to understand that and to appreciate that, we recognize we can only be where we're at. And this is such an important piece, to make peace with where you're at, to be okay with where you're at. Because from when you do that, from wherever you're at, you can go anywhere. Anywhere you desire. Remember, everything is in motion forward. And the key piece to bring into this as well is the understanding, right, that not only are we these human bodies, we are extensions of God or source energy, right? We like to call that our inner being. We are that extension, where the broader aspect of us is that extension of God or source energy inside of these physical human bodies. And when we're okay with where we're at, and we recognize that everything is in motion forward, then we can begin to see the importance of contrast. Contrast is so valuable for evolution, for the space of becoming, for more joy, for motion forward, for that sense of eternalness, right? And recognize this. So, because we are these beautiful human bodies that are extensions of God or source, remember that inner being, when we're in the middle of anything or a contrast, something we don't prefer in our life, God's source, our inner being, is right there with us. But they're not resisting that. They are in that same moment in time, recognizing ah, this is what you want. And in that space of recognizing that which we desire, they, in essence, become it. Or you could say, they put it in a vortex, right? They become it. The broader aspect of it, of us, becomes it, because everything in this universe is vibrational and everything has a frequency. And so when we're in that bit of contrast, remember your inner being, source, right there with you, but not resisting, meaning not feeling bad about the contrast. And we in our human form have that ability to choose how we feel in any moment in time. So if we continue to look at the problem or the contrast, we'll feel the negative emotion. Why? Because we're resisting the solution that has been given by the broader aspect of us. We're resisting. We're saying, no, 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 there's this problem, but this problem, my foot hurts. It's a problem. And your inner being, God source, right, is saying, come this way, come this way, come this way. And in no moment in time, regardless of what that contrast is God, source, or your inner being upset with you that you experienced contrast or a problem. And it's not upset with you if you resist the solution they've created. It just continues to create more of that which you desire. Always, eternally, expanding. So when we can make peace with where we're at, be okay with where we're at, something beautiful happens. We begin to feel our connection. We begin to feel what God source, our inner being, feels. God source, our inner being, doesn't feel just okay about us. Loves us unconditionally, unwaveringly, with no exceptions, and calls us forward to that which we desire, unceasingly, lovingly. But we're so free. We have the choice to go with or resist. So if you are feeling negative emotion, maybe consider it this way. Okay, I'm okay. I can make peace with this negative emotion because I know that what I've asked is given. Because I know the reason I'm feeling this negative emotion is because I'm resisting that which I desire. And when we can start to be nicer to ourselves, start to make peace in that space, start to allow that love to flow through, start to be comfortable feeling good, right? Start to get there, be comfortable feeling comfortable. We'll feel our path. We'll see our guidance. And then it's up to us to follow it, right? And know this, God's source and our inner being is always guiding us on our path of most allowance. And our path, on that path, oh, they are so delightful, because even though maybe we're wanting a large sum of money, that's what our desire is. But your inner being, right, as you've now become okay with where you're at and you're beginning to feel better, may guide you at first to take a walk. And then it may guide you to have a hot fudge sundae, right? Or something fun like that. Then it may guide you to go play with your kids. And then it may guide you, right? Why? Why is this important? Because in order to have that thing that you desire to receive, you have to be able to consistently maintain a feel-good vibration. And you can't get from feeling and beating up on yourself and feeling badly to being able to receive that and maintain it. You can't. So your inner being is going to guide you gently, lovingly, soothingly, easingly into a way so that you are able to receive. So you're able to allow the good things to flow in, those things that you've asked. So, and isn't it a loving, sweet path that is illuminated for us? And when we trust in that path and we believe in that path, we'll enjoy every bit of the journey. And we'll love how the universe, well, in essence, surprises and delights us, puts things on our path, combines things together, different desires that we have, in ways that are even better than we can imagine. So I will pause there.
Oh, so good, Jen. I love everything you share. It's so good. It's just so know, good to know that we're all in this together. It's the same pure Lord source energy in the physical body. And for ourselves to say train vibrationally to feel the energy first, alignment, then everything lines up for us in our action. And then we see people as true souls. We see them more for who they really are, not from our thinking mind, but with our feeling and thinking mind as one. You can see that one in the energy of it, from what who they really are. And I love she talked about no to not she talked about the blaming others, about this pandemic. Therefore, there is this pandemic and then all of those things happening. But when we stop looking for others and looking for from within ourselves for finding our own alignment, because it really doesn't matter what's going on outside. Of course, we care for family and friends and those who are closest to us, but really to find our own alignment first is the most important one, because we can't help another person to be in a problem and find a solution. We can't be in the problem and find this in solution. It's not the same frequency. When the solution always comes when we are finding our vibrational match to who we really are. And then things are unfolding. Then the inspiration comes, the ideas, people asking, they find their own alignment. Just to sitting quiet and don't say nothing can be, and just feel your own alignment can be an inspiration for other people to feel their own. Because it's not really about what is, it's not really what's going on. It's about this moment, this time, to tuning into the vibration of who you truly are. That's the time. It's the Abraham talk about a reawakening, but awakening to that knowingness that we don't need anything anymore. We have feel the vibration of who we really are, and then things are lining up. And then it really doesn't matter what contrast coming into your experience, because you will feel good no matter what. From the pure source energy, it will line up. The energy to see the positive aspects of it. Anyway, it's just like, oh, this happening, and immediately it will feel this expansion naturally. The pure law source energy does it all the time. Never looks back. Never try to figure out. Never fix anything from the past. Never anything of it. It's no wobbling energy in there. It's a clear, clarified, vibrational, pure law source energy that guides you to the best of everything that you ever desired for, that ever wanted, and yeah, and more. So it's very clarified and very pure and and yeah. So do you want to add more in that?
Well,
Yeah.
I love everything you're sharing. My head is bobbing up and down as I'm agreeing with you so much because it's so true, right? And it is about being easy about things, about understanding that when we ask, it's given. There's nothing to go back and fix.
Mm.
Source never held anything against you. Source doesn't isn't looking for forgiveness to make amends. No, because every contrast you've been in, every time you've asked, they've provided the solution vibrationally, that which you desire. The call of the universe, the call of source, the call of your inner being, the call of all that is come this way. We appreciate your asking. You have expanded the universe from your perspective in a way that nobody else can, right? And that's another thing to understand too. We're all in this together. Remember, we're all extensions of that same source energy. There is only one source, and it's a source of pure love and light. There is no source of darkness. There is no source of evil. There is none of that. But there is this beautiful source of pure love and light. And we have chosen from our physical perspective to take these human bodies and to expand the universe uniquely from our vantage point. Understanding that my vantage point is going to be different than Espen's or any other person on the planet. anybody else. And even though we may think, well, no, we both want, a new car. We both want a new car. We want the same thing. It's different. It's different, even though it may look like the same material object or the same pile of money or the same relationship or the same whatever. It's different. And it's unique and it's perfect and all of it is appreciated. All of it. Source never says you need to stop asking. Never. Never, never, never. Your inner beings never says stop asking. Regardless if it's asking a question, if it's getting yourself in kind of a little bit of a mess, any of this, because the solution is always there. But if you push against that problem, or if you look for somebody to blame, if you are trying to cause or find the cause or the source of the problem, you will miss the point. You will miss the becoming that you're being called to in that moment. Now, know this, all is good, because your inner being and source God is never going to stop calling. They call unceasingly, unwaveringly. But if you're tuned to the problem of the frequency, who's to blame, who's at fault here, you can't hear that broadcast. And because we are free, not even God, source, him itself, the universe itself, your inner being can assert what you desire. So no matter how much you beg, no matter how much you plead, that asking is there. But in order to receive that asking is answered. But in order to receive, you have to deliberately come in alignment with the frequency of who you really are, your inner being, that extension of God's source. And just to give a beautiful clue to all of this, that energy always feels good. So if you're flowing in the direction that feels better, right? If you're feeling really rough, reach for a sense of relief. What would give me a little bit of a relief right now? It might just be taking a deep breath or two. If you're starting to feel a little bit better, what might give you some relief? Maybe it's a nap, or maybe it's a walk, but go in that direction. As you deliberately choose to go in the direction of that which feels better, instead of beating up yourself or trying to find somebody to blame or trying to check and see which conspiracy theory, whatever, any of these things, just go forward. You just go with your inner being, go with the better feeling. And you'll see how you'll start to feel the life flowing through you. If you follow that guidance, and maybe you're being guided to take a walk, you'll feel the nature that surrounds you. You'll feel your connection. You'll feel the appreciation. And you'll feel not only your inner being, God's source, all non-physical, supporting you, loving you, right there with you, feeling the improvement in your emotion, the improvement, that becoming, celebrating that. So, and I'm putting a lot of emphasis here because I know planetarily, and just because of maybe how we've been raised, or maybe because of some of the situations going on now, just whatever, there is a tendency to want to dig into problems. There is a tendency to want to kind of beat up on yourself a little bit or find somebody to blame. I'm going to say, if you can just let that go, just for a little while, just reach for a better feeling. Start to find some things to appreciate. Maybe you'll be inspired to meditate, right? This is always good. You'll feel the guidance is always, 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 always there. It's always there. You're always in the right place to move forward. You always are. You don't have to get somewhere else to start. You can start right this moment. Just take that deep breath and just feel. Start to appreciate. I so appreciate that I have an inner being, that I am an extension of God's source, the universe. I so appreciate that in this right, very perfect moment right here, I feel better. I'm not worried in this moment, right in this moment. And just let that moment build into the next moment and into the next moment. And if you feel yourself slip back just a little bit, where you start to go, I'm worried about this bill, acknowledge it. Okay, there's a bill there. And I don't like the way this is making me feel, but I know that the solution is in place. And I know that things are working out for me. And I know there's so much kindness on this planet. And I know that abundance is all around me. And I know if I just flow in a better feeling to a better feeling, if I choose a sense of relief, anything that feels better, I know, I know this is a good thing. I know that this is coming, right? And then just go about. Just go about. Maybe you'll be guided to take a nap, or maybe you'll be guided to go find one of your kids or your pet, or to go, take a few deep breaths. But you'll be guided. You will be guided, and you're in the perfect place. It doesn't. It's always the perfect place. As long as you have life in this body, as long as you can take a breath in, you're in the perfect place for motion forward, to feel that. And you can't stop the motion forward anyway. So you're in the perfect place to align with it. So I'll pause there.
Hmm. So much goodness. Yeah, I love everything. So I will see here. Oh,
Espen?
yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, there was just like a. Oh, it's okay. It's all good. So I love that she shared about you got to make peace with where you are before you can improve. Like,
Absolutely.
and it's like it's always like that. It's just like you
Always.
gotta always make peace with where you are now before you can improve the condition. Because unconditional it will,
Mm-hmm.
because you will feel different about the condition when you are feeling the peace within from the first place.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So it is something so nice to know that just like acknowledge things when you catch it early, when you are follow your guidance system. She talked about asking is given, going through those processes again. You're learning to practice these processes, these vibrations. It's really good. And I know we're gonna start a Norwegian one soon on asking is given. And I got this kind of message from within. It was just like energy comes through very clear. Start doing this on Norwegian. This will be really good for Norwegian people to hear in their language and to understand this because it's really really good material and now at this time perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
But also for myself when I say that it's like I will backtrack a little because I didn't get this from I wanted to improve anyone. I didn't do this because I wanted to change people, but I got an inspiring feeling, and it was like an inspiration because it feels so good. It's so many beautiful things there, like appreciation things, and those things we doing in best of anything, writing positive aspects, segmenting, meditating, looking at different point of view of how when things are contrast is coming. There is so many differences and so many beautiful things, just like pieces that are together as a beautiful warm energy stream for you to just feel better and better easy. So it's just such a nice book to go through to just to feel the energy of yourself as you are moving through those processes because it's so pure and it
Yeah.
feels so good and it's no resistance. It's not pushing against you. It's not telling you that you are something that you're not. It's
Mm-hmm.
telling you who you truly are. It's telling you from the pure law source energy, and it's connecting to that part of you, for you to understand for your own in your own way as you're moving forward in the now and forward. So it's very clear. Yeah, it's very clear, much clarification in the book. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm really really looking forward to it. So from asking is given. Do you want to mention some process? Because we should talk a little bit about the segment intending. That was a really beautiful thing. And I know you and Super Day used to love to do this segment. You're doing the segment intending class, and it was so inspiring. And I'm using it by myself. I writing now every day, segment intending through things I'm going to do. And I feel so much more different in this before, because Abraham talked about it. Before she's channeling in Abraham, Esther, our segment intending very clarifying about before she started to do these live broadcasts, and she talk about it. If you segment intending in all aspects, you will live happily ever after. There was something there. So do you want to expand on this segment intending part? That's one of the process in the Abraham Hicks from the Ask and Is Given book. So
I would love to. I absolutely love the process of segment intending. We did a class, yeah, it's called Getting Out Ahead of It. And consider this. I'm just going to give you maybe a little different explanation to help you, because we're really, talking the understanding of who we really are, right? We are non-physical, so God source energy, call that your inner being, in a human physical body. And what we're doing when we're segment intending is, before we're going into each segment, we're setting our intention. But we're not doing it from an action oriented space. Like, I need to make 10 phone calls, and I need to, I don't know, file these papers or something like that, or I need to wash the dishes, or we're not doing the action. Instead, if we're going into a segment, maybe where it is where we're going to be on the phone or something, we'd set that intention to feel connected to our inner being, to enjoy the conversation that is inspired during this phone call, and to delight in the wonderful communication. Something as simple and easy as that. And you can see it's very general. It's very, 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 very feeling. Okay. I didn't say I'm going to make a sale. I'm going to put a mark on a chart. Nothing like that. Because this isn't, segment intending isn't about action. It's about lining you up energetically. But the beautiful thing is, when you are lined up energetically, meaning your human, hey, here we are, hi, is working in alignment with the broader aspect of you, your inner being, which, remember, is incessantly always lighting up your path. Come this way, 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 guiding you to everything you've asked, guiding you in a way that you are able to vibrationally receive it. You begin to understand the importance of this, and how, when you are feeling and flowing in your alignment, things go easier. You don't have to try and set a bunch of goals, in essence, for yourself to make a certain number of sales or things like that, right? You'll feel the guidance, because, okay, I'll tie it back to the book title. When you ask, it's given. Your inner being knows what you want. Your inner being is calling you to it. So unless you get in the way of that by resisting it with some thinking heavy actions or things like that, or I must do this, I have to do this, I'm going to push myself to do this, right? That doesn't feel so good, right? But if you just feel the energy, your inner being is going to go, call this person, talk about this. Oh, then your phone might ring. Well, hello. Oh, I was just going to call you, right? Things will just start to flow. So and I'm going to give another example. And this is very, very true for me, too. So I'm going to get more of a personal example. And I'm going to do it in terms of my body, right? So say, for example, I have something in my body that I observe that's not as I desire it to be, right? But I observe it briefly. So say maybe, just for clarity's sake, maybe say I want to lose 5 pounds or something like that. Now, wouldn't be actually accurate, because I don't even own a scale. So, but anyway, say if that's what I wanted, or I wanted in some way. Now, I wouldn't dwell upon that. I would just have made the observation like, oh, okay, nice. And know this about me, and you can start right where you're at. I'm a natural appreciator. I love to appreciate my body. I love to appreciate my family, my life, the air, the sunshine, the sunrises, the sunsets, all of it. It's very natural flowing energy, right? I love to be in the moment, feeling the awesomeness, the beauty, the wonder, the grandeur of all that is in every moment. I love that. And for me, appreciation is very in the moment. So, but say I had that, I would, make that, okay, perfect. Knowing that if I observe something about my body that I didn't prefer, my inner being knows what I do prefer. So in essence, what happens, because I'm not resisting it, I'm not going, what diet program could I do? Should I start doing sit-ups? Should I start walking? I'm not doing any of those things. And if you know me, you know that's 100% true. I'm not doing any of those things. But my inner being automatically, because I'm not resisting anything, I know what I've asked is given, will guide me in a way. And so what do I mean? It means I might just be inspired to eat a little bit differently. My inner being won't guide me to eat 3 desserts, but I won't be resisting it either. It's like my inner being is giving me my path of most allowance. My inner being is saying, "Oh, come this way. This is wonderful," and my body will transform very quickly into whatever it is that I desire. Now, that is very true for me. And I only did that because it's a very visual example. But I did the same thing with blogs. I started creating blogs I've done 3 now, with the assistance of Tammy Brown, who is absolutely wonderful. I'm not independent in that yet. I don't know the whole program, right? But if you would have asked me a year ago, do you want to create a blog? I would have been, no, you can though, right? I'll support you all the way. But I was guided to it because I had a desire to share information in another way that may resonate, that would be easy to find. And here's the thing, something that I previously thought I wouldn't enjoy has been the most enjoyable process. Easy, 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 and wonderful. But everything in our life has the potential for that. Whether it's you're desiring more money, a relationship, a house, a car, an improvement in a health condition, it does. But the key to that, I'm going to go back to the beginning of both of those examples I gave, is I acknowledged that and then I didn't look at it anymore. I didn't, like I said, I don't own a scale, but even if I did, I wouldn't be like weighing myself all continually. I wouldn't be, or checking for the results. Same thing with the blog. I wasn't like researching other people's blogs. I wasn't like, who's the top blog writer? I didn't do any of these things. I just followed the guidance. I just let it be easy. I just allowed that source energy to flow through me. And this is the most delightful way to flow forward. This is the way where you're taking pure source energy and expressing it into a physical environment. And you're doing it your way. And yes, maybe you will be guided to do, right? Writing a blog is action. I was doing action, right? For sure. But it doesn't feel like work. It feels joyful. It feels like, oh, this is fun. Oh, I love how that sounds. Oh, that looks really good, right? Ooh, look at that. I mean, that's the whole time. And I encourage you, if you're having something in your life right now that feels contrastual, and the negative emotion feels heavy, it's because you're resisting the solution that's already vibrationally in place. So begin where you're at. Acknowledge, okay, I'm feeling a little stressed out about, just say my weight. I'm not, but I'm feeling a little stressed out about my weight, right? It's almost summer. And right. But that's okay. It's okay because I know every cell in my body is an extension of God's source energy, because I know my inner being will guide me as I flow forward. And I know that as I feel good, I'll hear the solution. I'll feel the joy. Things won't fall in my lap like an avalanche because I'm not so concerned about the destination. I know it'll be there. I'm interested in the journey. I love the journey. I love, and this is real because I've done this before with my body. I love knowing how my body guides me. And all of a sudden, I'm just like, huh, just eat just a little bit different or whatever. And before I know it, I'm like, wow, that fits really good because I wasn't worried about it, because I wasn't checking on it, because I just went about feeling good because I knew what I asked is given. Same thing with the blog. I wasn't worried about it. I was like, well, just feels good. It feels like a good idea. You know, I'll just let it unfold. It's no red hot rush. I don't have to start today. If it doesn't start today, I can go the next day. But it did start that day. And it was easy. And it was fun. And it continues to be fun. So let yourself start to enjoy things. Let yourself start to feel more fun in your life. Let yourself allow yourself to feel comfortable feeling comfortable. And if others around you are feeling uncomfortable, well, just know that when you're feeling good, you are of the highest benefit to them. Expansions on that, Espen?
Feels so good. Yeah. Yeah, it's the find your vibrational alignment with yourself first, and then every aspect in your life will be easy. As
Mm-hmm.
simple as that. I like you the general. I love that you talk about the tending part you talked about. I love the feeling of it. I love the feeling of it. Easier it gets, easier it gets. I love this story of telling the story I want it to be. I love that we can that it's all of our vibration, and we can have fun with this vibration, and tuning into the vibe, those things that we most want and enjoy, and it's meant to. It's and also to be easy, gentle, and general. To feeling the ease of it. There is no seriousness going on. There is no competition. There is no coming there fastest. It's you feeling good through the journey as you're moving toward the things you want, and feeling as good as you can right here, right now, as you're moving forward. And then, because everything always takes place in the now, the vibrational reality takes place right now. And in the vibrational reality in the future of what you want take place in the now. And that was also something Abraham talked about it. It's a vibrational reality right now, what you feel about any subject that will create a vibrational reality in the future. And you can change and bridge from what is to becoming of what you want from whatever contrast you experience in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
When you then more deliberately are aware of your own alignment, you not are not trying to fix things anymore. You will be guided. You will feel the energy. You will feel that you start to receive things into your energy. You start to
Yeah.
receive the impulses, the ideas, the inspiration, the all of these good feelings, these easy good feelings. It's coming to you. And then when you are taking action, you will be guided and you will feel and you will see the results of it. But you will not be so attached by the result, but you will enjoy it and you will appreciate it. And then you will moving forward and you will still appreciate more and more as you're moving forward naturally, because that's what we do when we feel so good. It's naturally starting to appreciate those things that we are being attracted to our life. And the attraction in the way from the pure love source energy is always fun. It's always joyful. It's always a joyful experience. And yeah, there's so much more to come. There is a never ending. There is a forever, ever more
Yeah.
story in that energy. It's our own. It's everyone's. It's
Mhm.
ours. Ours. We should talk about ours. If you can take this and see
Yes.
ours.
Oh,
Ours.
I love that segment. That was so brilliant. And I loved everything you shared too, Espen. But that segment, and this might be something that will be helpful, um, beneficial, illuminating, aligning, awakening for you too. And the question was posed. It was somebody that they were talking about some people in my house. I think it was. I don't remember if it was a house or an apartment, but she was like, and then they just had somebody else. They had their brother move into my house too, and they didn't ask, And it was like you could tell there was. She was feeling like they didn't communicate, they didn't ask all of these things, and Abraham just so lovingly guided them, instead of referring to it as my house, my home, say our house, our home. Allow that to open up. Like, allow yourself to be accepting of the situation that you're in, because anytime you push up against a situation, well, it'll get bigger. You can count on it. If you push on yourself, if you beat up on yourself, you'll feel worse and worse. You will. So, but the beautiful thing about that is, if you beat up on yourself enough, or you're whatever, you'll finally get to a point where you might just go, I give up on beating up on myself, right? And then it'll start to get better. But the idea is not to let it get to that point. So instead, in this situation, be more from that space of knowing we're all in this together. We each have our unique vantage point, but we're all, all also assisting one another in our co-creations, right? We are being the attractive components for others. We might be the answering to somebody else's question, right? Or their desire. And somebody else might be that for us. And this is happening all the time. So when you can take a little more of a broader, um, welcoming stance, a broader vibrational place, more like that of source, you'll feel, oh, I'm not actually upset with this person, right? You'll feel a shift. But here's the thing: when people feel a part of your home, a part of your life, a part of your country, a part of your city. This is our city. This is our country. This is our universe. This is our world. You feel this acceptance, and you feel this wonderful cooperation that comes in. You start to elicit not only the best in yourself for being so loving, so kind, but the best in others. And do it because it feels good. It feels good. If you just had this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful mansion, and with it, it was so beautiful in every way. Well, wouldn't you want to invite some people in to share it with you, to have a party? Wouldn't you want to invite some people to experience your beautiful sitting room, or your backyard, or your pool, or these things? Wouldn't you want to entertain? Wouldn't you to share these things? And it's kind of going, that's right. We are all in this together. And just being easier about that. Yeah. Do you want to expand on that, Espen?
I just love the word that we are all in this together. It's such a freedom feeling.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah.
we are the same pure low source energy in this physical body. We are different in how we are conscious, we're using, or how we are observing, or how we are sensing things. The vibrational, what we are vibrational desiring, and what we are vibrational match to, and not match to. This is uniqueness, everyone's personal, individual thing. But with the pure low source energy, we are all in this together. That energy is not uh, something that's go against or not the same. It's the same, and it's that is the energy we came forth to into this physical body. So that is the ground, that is the foundation of the energy using it in this physical body. It's natural. So it's meant for us to calibrate and to tuning into the vibration of our alignment and feeling good and better and better. It's natural for us to match up with our desires and feel the becoming of it. But it's natural for us to feel the appreciation for everything that's now we are living on the planet Earth. We're so lucky being. We're so lucky, but we were so wanted to come here and express ourselves in this physical body with who we really are. And now
Yeah.
we are here. And this is the awakening. This is the energy. This is that we are all in this together. This is that we can shift.
Mhm.
We can calibrate. We can bridge now from the unwanted to more of the wanted. But what we say is like we can feel more unconditionally about all of this. And
Yeah.
then it will line up for us because
Mhm.
there is no resistance in source. The source is the most allowing path that is, and more.
Yeah.
And, the path of least resistance, the path of the most allowing is the same path. And when we are having more quieting our mind, lessening the resistance to what is, feeling the enjoyment of being here now, then it must follow up with more. It's a law. It's attraction, attraction, attraction. More we are in the feel good space, more we are attracting more feel good experience. The more we are attracting more feel good experience, more we will feel the appreciation of these feel good experiences. The more we feel the good appreciation, feel good appreciation for all this feel good experience, more it will be, more it will we will observe, more we will sense, more we will be aware of it, and more we will feel all this appreciation, and we'll feel the sensitivity of it. And then it's just like going on and on and on and on, and the momentum. And now we're not in the creating of momentum and thinking about it. The momentum is just naturally happen in the
Mhm.
moment. And then, and it's like, is there no destination? And I love that because there is no destination. It's just more to come. And every time I say it, I'm laughing more and more about it. Every single day we have this thing because I'm realizing it. This is just an expansion.
So it's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good. Everything you shared, Espen, is so good. And you know, just consider this and adding to everything you shared because it's wow, right? Isn't this a beautiful process? But know this, those people that maybe are bugging you or whatever, or they think differently than you do, God sources within them too, calling them, calling them, appreciating the asking, appreciating their perspective. And even if they're resisting that which they've asked for, they're still being called to it. The universe is still benefiting. But when you add in that we factor, right? Know that that source energy is flowing to you and through you. You can be that aligned person. You can be that one that helps them feel their connection. You can be that extension of source of God where they may be able to stop resisting. But do it because it feels good. Know that everything is in its perfect place of becoming. It's not any of our job to fix anybody else. But what is our job is to feel that alignment flowing to us and through us, to feel that source energy. But there's something so wonderful that happens when we line up with it and we let it shine. And we're comfortable thriving when maybe somebody else isn't, when we're comfortable feeling good when everybody else is complaining, when we're comfortable being successful when maybe others we're surrounded by aren't. And when we do it from a space of feeling our path, feeling our connection, yeah, we can be that one. That's that little physical example of alignment. And and it may just be that peace that uplifts them, right? So know this, we're all in this together, right? And it's all a perfect, beautiful co-creation. So magnificent, so eternal, so always in motion forward. And just allow yourself to feel good. Allow yourself to be okay with where you're at. Allow yourself to feel your guidance as you flow forward. Allow yourself to acknowledge contrast and reach for a better feeling. Allow yourself to be a little bit nicer to yourself. Be a little bit kinder to yourself. Love yourself more. And when you do that, it's so easy to love everyone else. It's so easy to call forth, elicit, draw forth the best in them too. And that truly is their desire. Yeah, so good.
I
Isn't it
feel,
beautiful?
yeah, I feel so much appreciation right now.
Yeah.
I do. This is so fun. I love all this. Like we're all in this together, and I love for myself now for we're doing this best life now with you, Jen. It's can't describe with word, but wow, how good it feels unconditionally, and how good it feels every time we're doing this because it just feels better and better and better, and it just gets better and better and better, and feels better and better and better, and I feel more easy and easier and easier in all of this also. And this is like this. I feel this attraction, attraction, attraction that are more easy about it and become gentle, and to accept that everyone is who they are, and there is a non-physical energy in all of them, and they are creating their own reality, and I am accepting it, and it's such a nice thing. I'm I'm steady to my own vibration. I'm steady to my own alignment. I know when I feel alignment, I feel pure source energy in everyone, in everything, in all that is. And I'm more steady in my own alignment. That's aligning up with me to see it very clearly. And then it's just, yeah, more to come. So I just love it. It's so good. I just, oh, what an amazing hour with you, Jen, here, and with all of you who's here. We're all in this together and co-creating with ourselves and co-creating with each other. And the evolution is right here, right now.
Yes, so
It's,
much more to come.
and it's more to come.
So
So
more to come. Love you all. Thank you, everybody.